You're about to enjoy an It Takes Three Network podcast.
Shimmy, shimmy, y'all, shimmy. Oh, sorry. The Crab Shack is hiring. The hottest spot in Newport Beach for summertime work. We're looking to fill all positions. Come join our highly motivated team and help us serve up some of the best food on the pier together this summer.
Welcome back to Let's Talk OC, an OC podcast. I'm Michelle.
And I'm Les.
And this week we are discussing Season 3, Episode 22, The College Try. Original air date, April 20th, 2006. Written by J.J. Philbin and directed by Tony Warmby. In this episode, graduation is weeks away and the Core Four leave Newport to their respective college orientations. Ooh, I love this episode.
Yeah, I thought it was a pretty good one.
It was so fun.
It was fun. It was nice to see sort of, well, obviously Marissa kind of going back to her old ways a little bit. And it was a good one. I love seeing Anna.
I know.
We referenced the Atomic County. Like, it was all good, like, nostalgic stuff.
It was kind of needed to just have a little fun with these characters. Mm-hmm. And I think as, you know, like we said, we love Anna. And even to see Teresa again, it was really nice.
Yeah, and her too.
Yeah.
It was a complete throwback episode.
Yeah, it really was. But before we get into it, I do want to mention the scoop of the week provided by our ice cream correspondent, Mike Del_Vasto on Instagram. This week, he chose cookies and cream for two reasons. Back in the ice cream episode where Liz and Aunt picked cookies and cream for Anna because everyone likes it. Mm-hmm. Since she returns in this episode, it was fitting to pick this flavor. Another reason is that cookies and cream was a staple for me as a kid. I wanted to pick a kiddie flavor since we see Teresa's kid, which may or may not be Ryan's. Also, Seth is acting a little childish lately, so it fits with this just as well.
I'd say so. Great choices, Mike. I love how much you pay attention to what we say.
I know.
Because, it's just great.
I know. And again, every week I feel it's not that he's just giving us vanilla bean, chocolate. Right. There's true meaning behind it. And I really appreciate it.
Same.
Thank you,
Mike.
Listeners appreciate it. Thank you, Mike. Okay, so let's get into this doozy of an episode. Starts off, it's the morning at the Cohens. Seth and Ryan, they have packed their bags. They meet in the kitchen. Seth comments on the size of Ryan's bag because, he's confused because Ryan only wears a wife beater and like two hoodies. They're heading off to their college orientation weekends. Ryan is headed to Berkeley and Seth is headed to Brown, except we all know he didn't actually get into Brown.
Yeah, and he also says that him and Ryan, like, concocted a plan. Like, it was Ryan's help to do it, too.
Right. I mean, his plan is to fly to Brown and to get the college to admit him. It's not a solid plan, and they both realize that. But he's like, I'll figure it out on the way. And then Ryan keeps asking, like, are you sure you're not worried about seeing Summer? And he's like, yeah, no, like, it's a big college campus. I worked my flights, so there's no way we're going to run into each other at the airport. Like, I'm good.
No, that's not how it works.
Which is so crazy to me because obviously all the kids at Harbor are going to their respective colleges for orientation. So obviously Summer's going to be there.
Right. She's going to be there. And there's probably not that much for the prospective students to be doing. Like, they're not going to just go to someone's random dorm. Like, there's specific things for them to do. So if Seth's going to participate, chances are Summer's going to be there too. I just laughed. I'm like, of course Seth would think that he won't run into Summer when he goes to Brown.
Right. So Kirsten, she comes into the kitchen. She's really excited, but she's also coming in solo. She's going to bring the boys to the airport because Sandy is off at an early morning meeting.
Yeah, she's not happy about this.
Clearly. No, and Seth is also surprised because, like he says, his dad loves an airport drop off, and this is a big deal that the kids are going away this weekend. And the fact that he's not present, I think everybody realizes it.
Yeah.
So they arrive at the airport. Seth says goodbye. He goes one way to his gate. And then Ryan and Kirsten, they start walking towards his, and he says how nervous he is.
Yeah.
And she reassures him. She's like, listen, you did this. You earned your future. Everything's going to be great. And she gives him a hug and sends him off.
Yeah, and he was saying how, like, the Coens and his life in Newport is kind of like his new safety blanket, and he doesn't really know how to, like, be in the real world, I guess. It's
Yeah.
just so sweet because he came from Chino, then had to, like, adapt to this different lifestyle, and now he's adapted to that, even though towards the end of the episode he kind of says that he still truly doesn't feel like he belongs, but then now he has to adapt to college life. So it's good. Like, this is what we go through as teenagers.
It's growth. Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
So as Kirsten sends Ryan off, she notices Teresa greeting a young woman who is holding a young child. And then she sees Teresa go for the child and pick her up as a mother would.
Yeah, I honestly thought this happened in, like, season 4.
It's amazing what we remember because I could have sworn this child had blonde hair.
Right, and he doesn't. He
No!
has, like, dirty. It's brunette, but
Yeah.
look with a slight maybe red tint to it. But no, not like very clearly blonde.
No. I don't know what
So
I was watching the couple of times I've seen this season. And I even was talking to Aunt about it. I'm like, I think I've seen this season. It was probably embarrassing, the fact that the way I remember it, because maybe 3 times, which it's like, wow, Michelle, you can't remember this young child that you're so passionately thinking it's Ryan's baby the whole time.
yeah, but on After Dark, you're like, my brain has just fixated on the fact that I assume this was Ryan's child. And so maybe in your brain, it just, like, warped things like, oh, it's Ryan's child. He must have blonde hair.
Right. And I even wrote in my notes, I was like, I cannot believe the color of this child's hair, and a giant LOL. Because, wow,
Yeah, same.
Michelle, truly.
Yeah, but I did not think this happened so soon. Not that it's so soon because we're at the end of season 3, but
Yeah,
I thought this honestly happened towards the end of season 4.
it's funny. It's very funny.
Yeah. I was like, oh my God, this is happening? Sorry, go ahead.
No. So since every student in Harbor is headed to their respective college, like we said, we see Summer and Marissa packing and getting ready for their weekend. And I love this scene because they're together and Summer's debating on what to bring. She's unsure about packing this sparkly scarf of hers. And Marissa just reassures her to dress like herself and everyone's going to love you for who you are. And Summer just can't get over the fact that this is all wrong, how I'm going to Brown without Cohen and you're going to Berkeley without Ryan. And Marissa's like, well, no, I'm going with Ryan, just not with Ryan.
Him. Yeah.
And then she also says that she's ending things with Volchok because it's time that she finally woke up and she needs to end it. And before they head to the airport, she's going to stop by his place to grab her things.
Yeah, I remember her saying something like, I'm focusing on the future, which I was surprised to hear because, I mean, last episode, she did have, like, she, like, woke up, I guess. And so I'm glad to see the pattern continue.
Yeah.
For at least the top part of this episode. So I was like, oh, okay, Marissa, she wants to grow up. It's so great.
I know. And the fact that she even has things at Volchok's, like, what could be there?
Right? Like, what could be there? But then Summer's worried that if she goes there, that's it.
Oh, yeah. Well, she says there's going to be a dirty mattress on the floor, bound to have makeup sex.
Yeah.
So she reassures her that they'll meet at the diner. Don't worry about it. So they head downstairs. Neil and Julie, they're having breakfast, and they see their girls off. Julie, she offers her that she can go with Marissa. She can act as her guide and be there as her friend. And she's like, no, Mom, like, trust me, I could do this on my own. I really do want something different for my life. And she hugs her mom goodbye, and she also hugs Neil.
Yeah. Who's
Which-
like, what's
Yeah,
happening?
which totally throws Julie and Neil through a loop. They can't believe it, but they're also super happy. And you could tell Neil, he's just like, okay, good. Like Marissa's
Yeah.
finally becoming, around. So they sit down, Julie and Neil, they're eating breakfast. And Julie's trying to make plans with Neil for the weekend, but he has a hospital dinner that's kind of like a retirement party. And Julie says, thank God for Netflix. And I'm like, 14 years later, this is
Yeah,
still
right.
so relevant.
So relevant.
So good. But Julie's hesitant about the party because that crowd and they're not like the hugest fan of hers. But he suggests that she invites Sandy and Kirsten so she could have friends and it'd be good for Sandy for the hospital.
Which is smart.
It is smart. It makes sense. Yeah. So we head to Berkeley. And Ryan meets his freshman buddy, who's Wes, which Wes, which I'm like, we just met a Wes on Gossip Girl.
I know. Our worlds just consistently continue to collide.
Yeah. And Wes is also Psycho Derek from One Tree.
Psycho Derek, yeah.
Which I can never get out of my mind. And this whole episode, I'm like, he's going to do something bad. He's
right?
gonna
Me
do
too.
something
I'm
bad.
like, I'm scared for Marissa.
He doesn't. Spoiler, he's fine.
Yeah.
But Wes is asking Ryan all these questions like, oh, you went to Harbor, so you must be from Newport. Did you play water polo? And Ryan shuts it down real quick. And he's like, no, actually, I'm from Chino. And Wes is like, you don't have to worry about anything. There's no molds here. My roommates are from all over. You're going to do just fine.
Yeah. I love when the water polo stuff, it reminded me of Luke.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, imagine if Luke went to Berkeley. He would fit right in.
I know. I think that would be a good fit for him. I wish they did that.
Right? I wish they just told us where Luke was going to school.
Maybe
So I knew.
Maybe he just stayed in Portland
Maybe.
and did something up there. Before Marissa arrives at Berkeley, she does meet Volchuk at the diner. And he doesn't have her stuff. He just wants an explanation of why all of a sudden.
What?
Yeah, so she explains that her and him have nothing in common. And he's like, yeah, you have money and I don't. And then she starts going into this story about how when she was younger, she loved the sound of music. She loved Liesel. She wanted to grow up to be her. And then she found herself grown up and doing coke and dating a person she never had a real conversation with.
I agree, but also he was trying to get to know her. She wouldn't allow that. And I was like, does Volchuk, I don't know why I keep harping on this, but like, does not Volchuk not know that his grimy ass friends tried to like date rape Heather? This like doesn't sit well with me that
he just
either
doesn't
he's
care.
okay that they did that. I feel like Marissa should have like brought it to his attention for the audience, because also that was like a big wake up call that like they did have conversations and he was trying to get to know her. And also I think it doesn't sit well with me that she didn't tell him, at least for the audience to see, what his grimy ass friends were doing to Heather. Like,
Right.
That was what completely woke her up, I feel, from this like other life that she had. She's like, oh shit, I don't want to be a part of this. This is not what I signed up for. Yeah, I understand that the concept they come from two different worlds, but like that's what you wanted. I don't know. Not that I felt bad for Volchuk. I definitely don't think he handled it well. But like now he's confused about the two different worlds thing, even though in the beginning she told him it was a two different worlds thing. I don't know. I was super conflicted here.
No, I absolutely agree with you. And I felt that, not that Marissa's reasoning has no validity behind
Right.
it, but I felt that it wasn't the best answer to give.
Same. She could have compared it to anything else. Liesel and whatever his name is. Like, that was not... I get it. I loved the Sound of Music too growing up, but... I mean, is it that romantic love story? I don't think so, but
I mean, she
whatever.
even says it sounds cheesy. She's just not ready to give up on the whole Sound of Music thing.
Yeah.
And which Volchuk is like, okay, good luck with that.
Yeah, like, it does sound cheesy.
Yeah. But anyway, back at Berkeley, Ryan is bonding with Wes and this other guy named Miguel. They're in the cafeteria. They're having lunch. They're talking about their past and fathers in jail, which is really funny. Wes spots who he thinks is quite amazing, and it turns out to be Marissa.
Yeah, I laughed, actually.
Yeah, me
I'm like,
too.
of course it's Marissa.
Right, of course. And so Marissa makes her way over because obviously she sees Ryan at the table. And he's like, you two know each other? And Marissa goes, yeah, we were in the same class.
Same class.
And it's really funny to me because obviously it's like, oh, wait, it's so much more than that. And obviously Wes and Miguel know it's so much more than that. But Marissa's all alone because her freshman buddy is a vegan and she's boycotting the cafeteria. Which I'm like, so she never eats? How does this work, right? So she ends up walking away. She sits by herself. And the boys, like we said, know there's a story here. And Ryan tells them that they dated for 2 years on and off. And Wes keeps eyeing her. And Ryan's like, dude, it's fine. You can go talk to her. He's like, no, like, you're my buddy. She's your ex. There's rules. And he's like, no, truly, it's fine. So Wes goes over. I know.
You know?
Yeah. But I mean, hey, listen, they've been through multiple people at this point. So it's fine.
Yeah. I almost wish Ryan wasn't so forceful. He was like, no, do it. Go. Like, go talk to her. And I'm like, let it happen naturally. Jeez.
Maybe he felt that Wes just wasn't getting the picture. I mean, he just met Wes, 2 hours ago? Yeah. So later that evening, Marissa and Wes, they're at a party. And Ryan isn't there yet because he wanted a tour of the architecture building, which isn't Wes's forte. Mm-hmm. So they discuss Ryan and they discuss what Wes is studying. And then Marissa, she says to Wes that he reminds her of her father.
Yeah. Another throwback.
I know. Jimmy, what's up, my man? And only the good parts. So that's good.
Which I thought was nice.
Yeah. Well, I would hope she wouldn't insult this guy.
Well, of course, yeah.
You know? So Ryan comes in and him and Marissa, they kind of have this awkward conversation, which turns out okay. And she's like, I don't really know the rules between us. And they say we're willing to try the friendship here at Berkeley.
Yeah.
Which I loved.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was nice. They were talking about how Newport, it's awkward, but we're on to the next step and they should be friends, which is great.
Things can be different here. She makes a joke about him doing musicals, which is another throwback. And then she says, I want to hear about your architecture tour. And he lights up. I mean, he's grinning ear to ear about this, which I loved that too. Mm-hmm. So while he's at the party, he calls Sandy and Kirsten to check in at home. And earlier in the day, Julie, she showed up to Kirsten's to ask her, or pretty much tell her, that she's going to dinner with her and Neil. Sandy has to come to for the hospital party. And she insults Kirsten by saying, all you ever do is sit in this house and drink tea, which was funny. And Kirsten's like, listen, Sandy and we're going through a rough patch. I'm not a huge fan of this hospital project. But Julie's like, I need you. Can you please do this for me? We could just hang out and gossip. I just need you there for me.
Yeah. And originally Kirsten's like, no, I can't.
Yeah. She was pretty persistent about it.
What's her excuse? But
well, she just really doesn't want to do.
She just doesn't want to go. And we see why.
Yeah. And she's really upset about this whole hospital project thing. But after the airport, Kirsten, she shows up at the Newport group. She runs into Sandy's office and Sandy's like, oh, hey, I'm about to get lunch. And she's like, listen, I saw Teresa at the airport. She was holding a young child. He looked about 2 years old. And Sandy's like, are you sure? And she's like, the way she was holding him, that's the way a mother would hold her own child. So Sandy is like, all right, well, let's not tell Ryan. We should keep this to ourselves. If we're going to tell him, we'll wait till he comes home.
Right.
Wait for the weekend to end. Ugh. So while Ryan, he's at the party, he calls to check in. Sandy picks up. He's so happy to hear from him. He's like, how's my old stomping grounds? But of course, Sandy gets a phone call on his cell phone, a work thing. So he gives, of course. So he gives the phone to Kirsten. And Kirsten's like, how's it going? And Ryan says that college is kind of amazing. And he's having such a great time. And Kirsten, she obviously is happy, but he can hear that something's wrong in her voice.
Right.
And he keeps pressing, like, you don't sound fine. What's going on? And so then she tells him about seeing Teresa at the airport with a child.
Yeah. And honestly, I almost forgot about this for a second because Kirsten's been so upset about what's going on with her and Sandy that honestly I was like, oh, Ryan's just becoming aware of the fact that she's upset. And then when she said that, I was like, oh, shit, yeah, that too. Like, ugh. No.
It just, like, annoyed me because Ryan literally said to you, college is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And instead of faking it, instead of being like, or just keeping it to yourself, you tell him about Teresa. It was, like, not the right time, Kirsten.
Right. Like, you know your own kid, and now he's going to come home.
It just felt it was not good. She could have said anything like, oh, Sandy, the hospital thing is stressing Sandy out, which is stressing me out. Like anything.
Right.
But to ruin his college first experience.
Right. Yeah, I agree.
It pissed me off. But anyway, next morning, Marissa, she sees Wes. He's carrying solo cups and a cooler for the next night's party. And he mentions how Ryan went home and that it sounded important. So, of course, Marissa, she's like, oh, shit, does that mean I should call? Should I not call? I'm not really sure how to treat all of this. And he's like, I would just leave it. If he wants to tell you, he will tell you. He seemed very private about it.
Yeah, and she's like, okay, I guess I won't.
Yeah, and then he invites her to the party, and she's like, oh yeah, I could blow off my freshman barbecue thing that she has. So she goes to the party. Her and Wes, they talk about college, and he tells her how this is his second time at freshman year. He couldn't handle it. He had a really bad GPA. He partied too much, and he had to go home for a few months and try to figure out what he really wanted. And Marissa, she is, I think at this point, can finally open up about this and then finally realize, like, I kind of feel the same way because he kind of calls on her act. Like, she's all about college, and he's like, she can't believe that he's believing her for acting the way she is.
Yeah.
And she explains how college used to be the thing she wanted. She had straight A's and everything was going great. And then her dad lost the money, the pony lost the hair, her mom lost her mind, and she got out of school and her friend died.
Right. A lot of shit.
Yeah, a lot of shit. And so she says how she stopped being the girl who didn't belong in college or anywhere. And he's like, no, people find a way. There's always a place for someone. And she goes, no, maybe some people just get lost.
Right. And like stay lost.
Yeah.
Sad.
Oh, it was really sad. I mean, I'm glad she had this conversation. It was kind of like a wake-up call and a realization. Mm-hmm. But also I didn't want it to be like, no, you can do this, you know?
Right. Yeah, I know.
So over at Brown, Seth first. Yeah, for sure. It's what a shit show.
A shit show.
He arrives at Brown. He's chilling in the quad. He's touching ivy because it grows natural there. And him and Ryan, they talk on the phone and they catch each other up about how they're doing. And Ryan jokes about the fact that, like, wow, you're really trying not to see summer, yet you're chilling in the open quad. And
right?
Yeah, right? And then as they're talking, Seth hears Cohen, and Ryan's like, who is that? And Seth's like, I'm totally afraid to turn around. And it turns out that it's Anna.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh my gosh, it warmed my heart so much. I love her so
too.
much. It was just so good to see her. The two of them, they catch up. She mentions how proud she is of when the Atomic County came out. And then she shows him the VCast, which is the comic on web, like a web
Right,
series
yeah.
that was
It's
made
cool.
of it. So cool. She opens up her flip phone, which this actually does exist. We talked about this last season,
Right,
and I have
yeah.
the whole series that you can buy on iTunes. But I like that he filled her in of, oh yeah, that didn't actually work out. I gave up the comic book to Zach Stevens for summer.
Right. And then she's
So-
like, oh, how is summer? How are you guys?
Yeah, and he kind of like beats around the bush. And then she says, I feel like it's fate bumping into each other here. And then he tells her, like, well, I'm actually here because I didn't get in and I'm trying to get in.
Right. Like he tells her the truth about that. But then when she asks about summer, he's like, we're good.
Right,
Clearly
because
not.
it's another summer mission.
Yep.
I mean, yes,
Right.
getting into college is a big deal, but the overall big mission is getting summer back.
Right. And the only way he thinks he can do that is to go to Brown. But it's like, you should have thought about that before.
Right. So she mentions that there is a party with the administrators, and maybe it's a good idea if he attends. So they end up going to the party. They see Dr. Overby. Seth doesn't have a plan. He's like, we're both dudes. We're pretty much the same. I'm just going to wing our conversation, which is pretty much what he does. He is definitely annoying Dr. Overby, but
Yeah.
he convinces him to meet him, and they're going to meet tomorrow at 5 p.m.
Yeah. He's like, I only have 5 minutes, so make it worth it.
Yeah, give me your best shot. But it turns out, what small world, Summer is also at this party,
Mm-hmm.
and she sees Seth. She approaches him, and she's like, what are you doing here? And he's like, Providence in spring. You can't beat it, which I'm like, I want to smack you, Seth.
So much.
And then she sees Anna, and instead of saying anything, he's like, you're probably just really confused right now.
Yeah. Say
And-
anything.
Right. And not only that, but this is the first time Anna's seeing Summer.
Right. And she thinks they're together.
Right. Yeah. So Seth now has to explain to Anna, and he's like, I'm sorry, I didn't tell you that this was a summer mission. And she's like, oh my God, I should have known. She's like, all right, stop wallowing. We're going to figure out a plan to help you. I'm a sucker for your patheticness. And she
Yes.
gives him a list of campus activities, and there's a walking tour tomorrow. So maybe you can go on that, and that's where you can explain to Summer. And he's so happy she's there, and he's like, what did I do without you for the last 2 years?
She's like, I don't know, honestly. Like,
I
how
know.
did you survive?
I love that little scene with them, though. Because I'm like,
Yeah.
what did we do without you for the last 2 years? Anna, we miss
I know.
you.
I really love her character, and I wish that she was like a regular.
I know. Me too. I totally agree with you. And I know we have some people for our questions and comments that wrote in about that as well.
Yeah,
So-
I'm excited.
Yeah. So the next morning, Seth is getting ready to go on his walking tour. And Anna's like, listen, just tell her the truth. That's all you got to do. Just tell her the truth. Remember the plan. So Seth tries to join the walking tour. And the guy who's leading it, he's like, you need a name tag. So he grabs a name tag that says Kumar, which is really funny. And he's like, your name's Kumar? And Seth's like, yeah, I'm half Indian and half Jewish. I'm a Hindu.
I'm a Hindu.
So he's trying to talk to Summer on this tour, and it's really distracting because they're in the front of the line, and Seth's
Yeah, it's
whispering.
so rude.
It's not even like he's trying to be quiet. He's just like
No.
talking loud. It's just like insane. I'm like, dude,
Just
you're in
wanna
the
slap him.
front of the line. Yeah. So he tries to start explaining to Summer, like, this is what happened, this what's going on. But he's actually not, if he just like started off with saying what actually happened, he's kind of like beating around the bush a little bit.
Yeah, definitely beating around the bush.
Yeah. And he's like, you can't ignore me forever. And she's like, watch me. And she says good things like, you broke up with me to date smart women. You ruined my high school. I'm not going to let you ruin college for me.
Yeah, and she's like, bye. I don't want to hear anything else from you. And that
Right.
was it. That's
That
all
was
you
it.
got, Cohen.
Yeah. So Seth, he goes to meet with Dr. Overby, and he explains how there must be human error of the reason I didn't get in. And Dr. Overby's like, wait a minute. I thought you were already attending this college. I didn't realize you didn't get in, and now you're wasting my time.
Mm-hmm.
And so Seth is like spiraling. He's like, will you please just listen to me? And he's like, fine, you have 1 minute. And he starts talking about his SAT score and how he was part of the chess team and the comic book club. And he makes a joke about East Coast weather and this is where you belong. And then he's like, Dr. Overby's like, you wasted my time. Thank you very much. And then Seth tries the girl card of like, listen, I'm trying to get in here because of a girl.
Yeah, and you almost think he caves, like for 1
Almost.
second.
And I mean, Dr. Overby says, like, I get it. I totally get what you're saying. But at this school, we stand by our first commitments. And you're shit out of luck. You're going to have to do this yourself.
Right. Oh, well, I did not feel the least bit upset or have any remorse for him.
Oh, me neither. I had no feelings for Seth
Yeah.
in this episode. I mean, I laughed at his funny lines and I liked him and Anna together, but I don't feel bad for him.
Same.
At all. So Ryan calls Seth and they catch up some more. Seth is like, I'm on the next flight home. But when his cab arrives, Anna is in there. She has his Atomic County comic book, which her mother FedExed to her, which I'm like,
Wow.
so sweet, Anna's mom. And she's like, I have an appointment for you at RISD. And if you get in, you'll be in the same state as Summer.
Right.
And he's like, there's no way this is going to work. And she's like, Cohen, confidence. And I'm like, yes.
Yes, I love it.
Oh my God, I love so much. Okay. Calm down, Michelle.
Calm down, Michelle. No, I loved it too.
Yeah. So back at home, as we know, Ryan is not going to stay in Berkeley with this Teresa news. He heads back and he tells Kirsten that, things were finally going pretty well for me. I kind of expected that something was going to shake things up, which is super sad for Ryan to feel that way.
Yeah. That is sad.
You know what I mean? Like, and to say that to Kirsten too, I mean, I get that Kirsten couldn't keep this news from him forever, but you could have waited.
Right. We could have waited until he got home, like Sandy asked her to do.
Yeah. So Kirsten, she ended up doing some research on the internet, which made me laugh. And she found Teresa's address and says, no matter what happens, we're with you.
Right.
So before Ryan heads out, he sees Sandy, and Sandy's surprised that he's home early. And Ryan fills him in. And so Sandy is really pissed off at Kirsten for this.
Yep.
And he's like, you know Ryan better than that. You knew he was going to come home. And then Kirsten throws back of like, you weren't there because you had to take a call and being family is important. And it's just like this awful tension that is building.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like you weren't there to help me in this. So I made my own decision.
Yeah.
Like, and despite you.
Pretty much. Yeah. So Ryan heads to see Teresa. And when he gets to her apartment, the nanny is there. And she's like, no, Teresa's not home right now, but this is Daniel. And he meets the baby, the child.
The baby. Yeah. Who he could potentially be his son.
Yeah. So after looking at him, like now we have a close-up of him and now I have a more fresh image. What do you think?
So hard to say. I mean, they named him Daniel.
Yeah.
Could go either way, I think.
I know.
As far as like culture, but I don't know. I truly don't.
I know, same. I feel like this
like
is
I want to
totally...
believe her, but she's, burned me in the past, so it's hard.
Good point.
I would love for it to have been secretly Ryan's child. I mean, on After Dark, we do talk about this a lot, but I would have liked it if Teresa still was holding the secret that it was Ryan's, but letting him live his life. I think I would have been okay with that too.
Yeah. I agree
Either
with
way.
you. Yeah. Marissa, she ends up leaving Berkeley early, and she heads to Ryan's to visit him, to check in on him, and they both comment about how they both left early, and they talk about college, and then Ryan tells Marissa about Teresa, and Marissa's face is like, oh shit.
Yeah, she's like, oh my God.
Yeah, and then she goes, what makes you think you're the father and not Eddie? Which is like, yeah, no shit. Like, Marissa's always coming through with like, yeah, don't assume.
Right.
Why would you think that? And he's like, well, I don't know. I have to talk to Teresa. And they both exchange feelings about how they both felt like different people while being away at Berkeley. But the difference is that Ryan actually, it felt right for him, and for Marissa, it didn't.
Right. And Ryan does say, like, I feel like I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop. And so, of course, this Teresa situation has to happen when I am feeling happy. Like, he almost feels like he doesn't deserve to be happy, which is so sad.
Yeah.
And I feel like Marissa feels that in a sense too, but like in a different way. I don't really know how to explain it. Like, I feel like they both think that tragedy just like comes with them
Yeah.
and like they can't escape it. But Ryan is like doing everything he possibly can to, but it still kind of follows him. But then Teresa says it's not his baby, so
Right.
You're doing okay, Ryan.
Right. And I like the scene with Marissa and Ryan too, because she says, if Berkeley felt right, no matter what happens, you'll end up back there.
Yeah.
Which was really sweet for her to say to him. And I think that Ryan is ready to go away to college. Marissa kind of needs a gap year.
Yeah, she needs to take a year off and like figure it out.
So Marissa, she's home and she talks to Summer on the phone because Summer's heading home. And she's like, wait a minute. So Seth is going to Brown and dating Anna?
Yeah, I love
And
that.
yeah, and she's like, did he explain himself? Don't assume anything until you hear what he has to say, which I'm like, thank you, Marissa.
Thank you, Marissa. And then Summer does say, like, yeah, you're right. I just jumped to conclusions that they were dating and that he was going to Brown. Like, I never gave him the opportunity to explain it to me. So she knows too.
She does. And she, she admits that, when her rage gets in, it takes over. So she can't allow him to speak up. And then she asked how Berkeley was. And Marissa's a little hesitant about it. And she's like, I believe in you, Coop, which was really sweet. So after she hangs up with Marissa, Summer gets to the airport. And we see Seth is there with Anna. They're arm in arm. They're talking about the interview. It turns out it went very well. And they hug goodbye. They say, see you later. But from a distance, Summer sees this. So, of course, now she's assuming.
Yep.
Yeah. So to wrap up this episode, we have the hospital retirement dinner. At this dinner, it's so freaking awkward. It's also very close-knit. I felt very claustrophobic.
Yeah. I thought I assumed it to be many people, and it was like a very small dinner.
Yeah, it's like when they arrived, it seemed like it would be more spread out, but when they sat down, they seemed very crammed together. But Sandy makes a speech. He thanks Neil. He discusses the new hospital. Then he introduces Kirsten in a very kind of charming way, like behind every great man is a woman. And he proposes a toast. And Neil, he whispers to Kirsten of, how do you think Sandy is doing? So Kirsten gets up, she proposes a toast and says to Sandy Cohen, who told me countless times how important this hospital is to him. Julie, she whispers over to Neil, ouch.
Yeah, she's like, oh, burn.
And then she says, they say when you grow up, you marry your father. I thought I escaped that.
Yeah, and then everyone's whispering, like, oh my God. Why do you think Sandy... I mean, I understand why he made a speech, but also I felt like it was super random for him to make a speech. It's not even his own dinner.
I know. I felt the same way, too.
I'm like, wait, why is Sandy talking? Maybe Neil should talk and then say, like, hey, you guys have met Sandy. He's also putting, this hospital plan together. But I don't know. It was just, I thought it was weird. But I was like, yes, Kirsten, for clapping back.
Maybe it's almost like Sandy is in this way becoming like Caleb and has to be so showy.
Mm-hmm.
And has to be this like alpha of, let me make this speech, let me make this presence, let me charm these people.
Right.
It's the total opposite of what he and who he is. So Kirsten, after she makes her toast, she leaves the table. She grabs a glass of wine. She heads out the door and she drinks it.
No.
I know. I wrote no in my notes in capital
so
letters. I actually forgot this happened.
Yeah, like I always thought she was in the clear.
Same.
I didn't remember this. But I mean, you could assume it to happen. Happens all the time. But I was
true.
really sad and disappointed.
So Marissa, she stops by Volchuk's to get her things. He's passed out. She has a key, which I was like, wow, that's interesting.
Right?
So she walks in, she goes to grab her box, and as she's lifting her box, she notices a Sound of Music DVD box next to his ashtray.
Huh.
Yeah.
So interesting. Like he's trying to understand her and see like what makes her, because obviously this very pivotal moment in The Sound of Music was something that was life-changing for her. So I guess in order for him to understand the situation and why she had to give him up, I guess he needs to know. But it's pretty, I was surprised to see it. I was like, wow, Volchuk, you have a heart.
Right? I know. And so Marissa sees this and she's obviously touched by it, and she gets into bed with him, lays down, and she's about to cuddle him.
Yeah, but he like doesn't wake up.
No.
It's weird.
She's like stroking his arm, and I'm like imagining she's about to be Big Spoon.
Yeah.
I'm imagining that's what happened next. But I was like, wow, I totally forgot about this whole Sound of Music Volchuk thing.
Yeah, I just thought that this was such an interesting scene. Like she goes there to get her stuff. She sees it. I understand like, oh wow, that's really sweet and meaningful. But I don't know if I just go lay in his bed after that.
I mean, especially after having the college experience that didn't go the way she felt it would, and then seeing like, wow, this guy who I blew off, maybe he is different. Maybe this could work.
Right.
Yeah. The last scene we have, Ryan, he's out by the pool. Teresa comes by and they speak about Daniel, and she assures him that he's not yours, Ryan. Eddie's the father. We had a paternity test. And the reason I lied to you the first time is because I saw how good you had it here. You finally had a chance at a good life. I didn't want that ruined for you. And I'm sorry I wasn't honest with you. And then they decide that they're going to catch up and get a meal together.
Yeah. And Ryan even admits to it, like, I would just come and help you even if it wasn't mine. And she's like, that's what I didn't want. I didn't want you to have to do that because you have something good going here and I'm fine. Like I made it work. She's like a hotel manager or something, right?
Yeah.
So she's doing okay. She can afford to pay the nanny. We're good.
It's funny though, because after watching that scene, I'm like, I mean, maybe Ryan's not the father.
Right.
I'm just
so
like,
much
Michelle,
confusion.
what the fuck is wrong with you?
Right.
Watching this through new eyes of, this podcast eyes, I guess I should say. I'm like, I don't know. Maybe Teresa's right.
Maybe she is. But then they say they'll catch up. So it's like, are you to assume that Teresa's going to be coming around more?
Right.
Who knows?
But that is where the episode ends. So let's take a short break and then we'll come back with all our segments, questions, and comments.
Cool.
There are so many interesting facts about May 26th. It's National Paper Airplane Day in the U.S., it's National Sorry Day in Australia, and It's also our network's 4th anniversary on Patreon. You have heard us talk about our little home on the internet that is our Patreon. And if you don't know what Patreon is, it is a platform in which you can support your favorite artists. We are so grateful for ours because it allows us to continue to produce our podcasts. Now is your chance to join our Patreon family. For the month of May, new members can receive over 35% off our IT3 Podcast Network subscription. That's right. For only $4.99, you will be able to experience all of the bonus content you're currently missing out on. Some of those perks include the ability to listen to our episodes a day early, ad-free, group hangs via Zoom, and our Thursday night Gossip Girl Netflix parties. Guys, these are so much fun. It has made Thursday the best day of the week. You'll have access to our Patreon exclusive podcasts such as Riverpod, a Riverdale podcast, and Liz's new Roswell-inspired podcast, Crashing Down with Liz. In addition to all of this, we think you'll truly enjoy getting to know everyone and form some pretty cool friendships. This is a limited time offer, and we would love to have you to become part of our fam. Whether you choose to join or not, we still love each and every one of our listeners and appreciate all the support throughout the years. Welcome back from break. We're going to go into our questions and comments. We're going to start off with our girl, Letitia_Dominique, our Tish T. Hey, ladies, I really do love being your trivia correspondent. I checked
we
out.
love it too.
I know, Tish. Thank you so much. You've been with us for so long, and we love you for it. I checked out Phantom Planet's new music and really enjoyed the 4 songs that are out there already. The full album is being released on June 19th.
Oh, nice.
Matt Barr guest stars as Wes Seyfried in this episode. As you know, he also had a recurring role in season 4 of One Tree Hill as Psycho Derek.
He's been in a lot of teen stuff,
Yeah.
I feel.
There was an increase in views from just over 4 million last week back to over 5 million this week. Most of the university stuff was filmed in Westwood neighborhood and near the UCLA campus.
Cool.
Did you guys go on a college tour before attending your college? I'll start there.
No?
I toured
Sort of?
Suffolk and then I toured NYIT, but nothing like, this.
Yeah, it was like one-on-one with my mom,
Mhm.
getting to know the campus. Like, there was no really any activities. Actually, when I transferred to St. Joe's, there was like a transfer student type of like seminar thing. So I got to like go to that alone and meet some people, but not really like to this extent, but
No.
Yeah.
When I was in grade 11, my high school had a trip for grade 12s and 11s where you could check out potential schools in another city, and I went on that trip.
That's great.
That is so cool. I initially thought I was going to get the same school that my older sister went to, but I ended up falling in love with the school that eventually graduated from on that trip.
Oh.
Did Seth really think they were going to change their mind about him getting into university?
Sadly, I think he did.
I know, right? And then she continues with, it's Ryan's baby. I don't care what anyone says. It's 100% Ryan's baby.
I mean, let's take a poll. We should do a poll.
We should take a poll because at this point, I'm like, okay, yes, she says it's not his, not Ryan's. But now all these people, we choose not to believe it. It's like we need Maury.
Right, we need Maury. Get that paternity test. Show me the results.
I need to see the results.
Yeah, no, we could definitely do a poll because I think like a lot of people want to weigh in on this. So
yeah. I get it now why Ant likes Volchuk. He had to care at least a little bit about Marissa. Otherwise, he wouldn't have rented The Sound of Music.
Right.
Did you think Kirsten should have waited till Ryan came back to tell him about the baby?
Yeah, I mean, we kind of discussed it before, but she could have just said, look, Sandy and I are not in a good place right now. I'll tell you about it when you get back, and then tell him about it when he got back.
Agreed. I mean, out of everything in this episode, this fired me up the most.
Yeah, right?
I was actually really pissed off at Kirsten.
Yeah.
And then she goes, did you know Jimmy was a poli-sci major before this? I don't think so.
Did we?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know, but it's good to find out now. It's
Yeah,
interesting.
because Wes says he's a poli-sci major, and that's what Marissa makes her think about her dad.
Right. I mean, I
So.
guess it kind of makes sense. Like, he went into finances, sort of.
Yeah.
Whatever he did.
Yeah, whatever. He's bad with money. That's just he's really bad with money.
Just we associate Jimmy just being bad with money. We don't even know what he does.
Right. Thank you, Tish. Thank you so
Thanks,
much.
Tish.
Kelsey Nick Burke on Instagram. Hey, hope everyone's having a good week. I like this episode because it's fun to get to the core 4 out of Newport and into some new settings.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, Psycho Derek needs to stay away from my OC babies. I don't care if he's a completely different character, which is so true because, like I said, I felt the same way and you felt the same way, Liz.
Right.
I died when Julie told Marissa she could be part of her entourage or her Scientology guide. That went over my head last time I watched this.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, me too. I'm sure too. There were a lot of really sad moments in this episode. After Kirsten tells Ryan about the baby and he just lowers the phone and looks back at the campus party like, I almost got to have this.
I almost had it. Almost had it.
This made me tear up a little bit. Then Marissa had to go and finish the job with, at some point, I just stopped being the girl who belonged to college or anywhere for that matter. Yeah. I went through a similar crazy spiral in high school and early college, and I really feel for Marissa in these episodes. I even had a less hot version of Volchuk, LOL. I wish I could tell Marissa that therapy and meds do wonders. I've never seen a person who needed someone to talk to so badly.
Yeah, they really, all of these kids need to.
They do. I can't even talk about Seth. Only he would believe he could talk himself into Brown in a matter of minutes. Mm-hmm. I don't think he's lacking in confidence as much as Anna thinks. And finally, Kirsten and Sandy. First of all, I hate watching Sandy Cohen work a room almost as much as Kirsten does.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's a great point. It looked so wrong, and I missed season 1 Sandy.
Yeah, same.
Kirsten owned the shit out of him at dinner, and he deserved it. But then when she ran out and he didn't follow her?
Yeah, that's so true.
Yeah. And then she drank, and he didn't even know because he's still at his stupid hospital dinner.
Right, he could have just ran after her. And maybe
that's what he should have done.
Drank.
Yeah. Oh, and what do you guys think about the baby thing? You can't convince me that's not Ryan's kid. I'm with Michelle.
Now so we now got 2.
Yeah, and now I'm on the fence for myself.
Right?
I don't even know how I'm going to vote in our own poll list.
Same.
The first time I watched this, I thought he was Ryan's the whole time. I still do. If he was Eddie's, he would have come out with a fully formed goatee.
Oh my God. Hairier kid.
I know. I can't believe how close we are getting to the finale. Have a great week. Thank you,
Same.
Kelsey.
Thank you. You too.
It was wonderful commentary. So good. Okay. At Kaylee Waters. Hi, guys. The frustration with Seth continues. Mm-hmm. Tell Summer the truth already. Also, I'm not familiar with the U.S. college system, but Seth really thought he could talk his way into Brown. Yeah, no, that's not a thing. So,
no, and I feel like they do that a lot on TV shows. Or that I have seen in the past. And a lot of times I think it does work out for them. So it's just very unrealistic.
I actually would love to know if anybody listening talked their way into college. Please write to us.
Yes.
I'm just curious. It's like in Clueless. Remember when Cher, she argued her grades?
Yep.
I'd never tried that.
No, I would never try that.
Maybe because I didn't have the confidence to, but in the same vein, if you were ever in high school and you argued your way like Cher Horowitz to get from a C to an A, please let me know.
That's a lot. C to an A is a lot.
I know. And I love when her dad's like, "Where's your report card, Cher?" And she's like, "We're still working on it."
Yeah. And he's like, "You argued your way? Like this is the same semester's report card?" She's like, "Yep."
I love
Crazy.
Cher. Okay. Yay, Anna is back. Thoughts on the long hair? I miss the pixie cut. Okay, these are bad extensions, right?
That's what they look like, but like why do like I get it for like the time has passed, but I don't know, maybe it was just something that like Samir chose to do in her like personal life. I don't know. It just didn't blend nicely at this
But
point.
No, I agree with you. I love the pixie cut, and I think the long hair is fine. But to me, it just like they look like extensions.
Yeah, it didn't. She has like had the pixie cut, what looks like on top, and so
Yeah.
that was like a layer, and then
Yeah.
they didn't really layer the rest of it,
Right.
so it just didn't look like it blended. So
Yeah.
that was
Yeah.
unfortunate.
Agreed. I forgot how far we are from season 1 Sandy this season. Kiki making that toast at the hospital benefit. Damn, girl. So sad the whole thing ended with her and a glass of wine, though.
Yeah.
Hi, relapse. Oh, and
Yep.
not forgetting, we find out Ryan was not the baby daddy. Stay safe, ladies. Thank you,
Thank
Kaylee.
you.
Del_Vasto, our ice cream correspondent. He wants to just reassure both of us that he does enjoy being dubbed the ice cream correspondent.
We're glad.
The only problem is that I have so many tubs of ice cream in my freezer, but that's a good problem to have.
Oh my God. I wish I had that problem.
Same. I don't even have any ice cream in my freezer.
Same.
Do you think Kirsten should have told Ryan on the phone or waited till he got home or not have told him at all?
Well, no, I think she should have told him, but just not then.
Agreed. I think it would have been pretty bad if she kept that to herself.
Yeah.
Is it just me, or does Teresa's nanny look a little like Taylor when you first see her at the airport?
Oh, I didn't really notice.
I didn't really think of Taylor, but that's cool, Mike. We all see things differently.
Right?
Blonde hair, brown hair, you know.
Yeah.
Kirsten's speech at dinner was excellent. Sandy has been too busy to talk with her on their own at home, so when she had the opportunity to have him listen to her, she took it.
Mm-hmm.
Her drinking the glass of Chardonnay was so sad, it seemed like she had contemplated whether or not she wanted to throw away all the hard work and progress she has made this past year.
Yeah, and she chugged that thing, man.
She downed it.
Ugh.
Yeah. Some quotes. You only own like a wife beater and 2 hoodies. 48 hours ago, you were Newport's own Courtney Love. Did a priest just break in here and perform an exorcism? Yes, Kumar Zimmerman. I'm half Indian, half Jewish. I'm a Hindu. Anna is MVP. I love that she is back helping out Seth with another summer problem. And a random side note. One time I was cleaning up after a party I had and someone left behind a brown shot glass. To this day, I have no clue whose it could have been, but I've kept it and refer to it as my OC shot glass.
Oh.
That's really fun, Mike. I never found anything fun or interesting at parties before. Thinking back to all of our wild times. But thank you, Mike.
Thanks, Mike.
Okay. At Muse Chick. Holy shit. Teresa is back with her son and Kirsten Saw. On Neil with Here You Go, My Love. They are so cute. And now Anna is back too. I love her. I think it's cute she's helping Seth try to win Summer. How about he stops beating around the bush trying to explain to Summer and just blurt out that he didn't get in?
Right.
I'm sure that would get her attention.
Definitely.
I hate that Kirsten and Sandy are fighting about everything. I hope they find their way back. I'm so glad Anna convinced Seth to apply to RISD. I had forgotten who told him to apply. Do you think it was right for Kirsten to tell Sandy about Teresa while he was still at Berkeley, which we talked about?
I guess everyone's fired up about that point.
Yeah. How many doors does Volchuk have? It's funny.
Doors.
Yeah, I guess where Marissa enters, it looks different from where.
Yeah, I could agree to that.
Yeah. I'm confused. I've noticed 3. His place is actually big.
I guess so.
Did you ever watch The Sound of Music, and do you know the songs? I think it's a beautiful movie.
Oh, of course. My mom and I always watched it growing up. My mom loved it growing up.
Yeah. It's a classic.
Definitely
It's a classic.
classic. I know all the songs, yes.
Yeah. I'm surprised at Volchuk's actions. He seemed like he didn't care when Marissa told him why she bailed out, and it makes me wonder if he knew what happened caused him seem surprised that she left him. He got up and left and told her he'd drop off her stuff, yet she had a key to his place that he had rented The Sound of Music because it meant something to her. This is the moment I was talking about where he really does like her.
Mm-hmm.
When she sees he's asleep and that he had rented the movie, I was like, aw, oh no. She then asks, Michelle, can you ask Anthony what he thought of Volchuk renting Sound of Music?
I thought that as well, and I could assume what Anthony would say.
Yeah, so I asked Aunt, and Aunt went on this big, long thing about how Volchuk really does care, and he does have a heart. He just probably doesn't know how to go about it in a right way.
Mm-hmm.
He also then was continued down this spiral of wondering about Volchuk's background and what kind of parents he had, and he thinks he's an only child.
Yeah, I could see that.
So that's Aunt's hot take on on that.
Thank
and
you,
Volchuk.
Aunt.
Thank you, Aunt. Thank you, Vic.
Thanks, Vic.
Okay. At N Shelton 516. I don't even know where to start. Teresa and Anna back in the same episode. First off, after Seth didn't get accepted to Brown, why didn't he try to find a plan B college instead of flying all the way across the country to get in? Isn't that what your application is for? If I was in his shoes, I would have been more nervous that I didn't know where I was going and the school year was ending.
Right. I would concentrate on that more.
And then when I heard someone say Cohen and I knew it wasn't Summer's voice, I thought immediately Anna. I miss Seth and Anna's friendship. I wish we could have gotten more of that. Like Seth said, what did he do without her for the last couple of years?
Mm-hmm.
But I did not like her hair at all. Was it extensions or something? Yeah. Kirsten and Sandy are breaking my heart, especially when she drank. I feel like they have been through enough.
Right.
I know Kirsten was trying to do the right thing about telling Ryan about Teresa, but I wish she would have waited because I'm sad he left Berkeley. Like Marissa said, he looked like he belonged there. I'm glad the little boy isn't Ryan so that Ryan didn't miss out on all those years with his son. And now he can go to college because we know that if it was his son, he wouldn't go to college and he would help
Right.
Teresa out.
Totally.
Right. Marissa, I had high hopes for her for going to the Berkeley weekend, but just shook my head when she crawled right back into that bed with Volchuk. I hear you, Nicole. We all hear you. At Be a Mac on Instagram. So happy to see Anna again. She ended up helping Seth one more time with the RISD and was really good to get to know what happened with Zach. I have one
that's
question, because we don't really, I like that he, like I said, oh yeah, ended up going to Zach Stevens. I chose Summer over it.
All right.
I have one question. Now that we are in the end of the 3rd season, are you excited for the next or more sad to know what's going to happen in the next one? Do you think they should have finished the show here?
Oh, no. No, I don't think they should have ended it with season 3. The way that they do end it, I feel like most people would feel like something was missing.
Yes, agreed.
I'm excited for 4. I'm excited for the end of 3. Just excited all around because it's been a while since I've watched the show and I know season 4 is a lot different than what we're used to, so I'm excited to watch that.
Same. Yeah, I think if they ended it with 3, it would have been a real shitty way to do it.
Yeah, everyone would be like, wait, what?
Are you kidding?
Yeah.
But thank you. Thank you, BMX.
Thank you.
At AAW3115, Hey, ladies, hope you're having a good week. I'm so glad you liked my character analysis idea to keep the Let's Talk OC going a bit longer. I can't wait to hear what you both think. I had more time this week, so bear with my book. I really liked this episode, especially the Seth and Ryan pre-credits scene. It's so cute how their relationship has developed. I also loved all the blasts from the past we got, especially Anna.
Yeah.
She's such a great friend to Seth, but you could see the disappointment in her eyes when Seth said he was still with Summer and at Brown on a summer mission.
Right.
Anna just gets Seth and isn't afraid to call him out when he's being so pathetic, but she also helps him along with the way. Rizdi, what a fabulous idea, Anna. If you were Summer, would you have assumed Seth was cheating on you with Anna?
Oh. I don't know. It doesn't look good when he meets her, so I don't know. I guess I wouldn't assume. I would just be so mad overall because of everything that's happened. So I think I would just overall be upset and not like harp on one specific aspect of it, which is Anna. I don't think I would.
Yeah. Why do you think they decided to bring her back?
Because I feel like they left her character not abruptly, but like she is a very well-loved character and she was there for Seth and he does, I guess, still need that confidence, Cohen. And so to bring her back was a good choice.
Yeah, and I
More
think
than anyone else.
They probably really enjoyed working with her too.
Right.
Yeah. Not that I'm complaining. She is a really great character, although I'm not a fan of her hair. My heart breaks for Marissa. My heart really breaks for Marissa every episode. You can tell just how much she is hurting and how lonely she is, even though she has been with Volchuk. When she said she found herself doing coke and sleeping with a guy she never had a real conversation with, I just really thought that was a great line and showed her realization that she had to make a change and to try to get back to herself. But I think it's pretty clear in this episode that Volchuk has fallen for her.
Right.
Especially at the end of the episode when she sees the Sound of Music DVD. Do you think Marissa would have given him a second chance if she hadn't seen the movie at his apartment?
No.
No, same. I think she would have grabbed her stuff and got out.
Yeah.
Honestly, if you think back to all the episodes since Johnny died, Marissa has really spent a lot of each episode alone. Even when she goes to Berkeley, she finds herself in the cafeteria alone. Why do you think the writers isolated her so much the second half of the season? What is it supposed to show about her character, and why do you think she's lost faith in herself?
That's a great question. I mean, she's been burned. Like I said earlier, I feel like she's the type of person that doesn't think she deserves to be happy, and she's seen everything that's happened with her parents, and then Johnny dies and they lose all their money. It's just she never was really given a chance, I think, or giving herself a chance after that. Like she fought for so long that I feel like she just had to give up.
Yeah.
And she couldn't get back.
And I think the spiraling of Trey and the shooting
Trey.
and the new school and Johnny, that all happened very quickly in a short span of time.
Right.
Relatively speaking. I mean, that's a lot of trauma to go through. So
Yeah.
I think that as a big factor. And I think maybe they wrote her this way to build up for the end.
Right.
I really love the Berkeley scenes for both Ryan and Marissa. Ryan just looks so happy there. He just looks like he was made for college. At the end of the episode, when he and Marissa have the conversation about college, coming home, and just their lives, I think it shows how much their stories mirror each other.
Yeah,
I
think so too.
Yeah, they have both gone through so much and have overcome a lot. They both deserve to find their happiness.
Definitely.
So when we talk about it in the cast now, is this Ryan's baby or not? Do you think Teresa is still not telling him the truth? If so, why? I have some thoughts, but wanted to see what you both think. Well, Alicia, you've heard by now. You let us know those thoughts. and please answer our poll.
Yeah, please.
Lastly, Sandy, you are killing me. Did you girls notice how for the past several episodes he has no time for Kirsten, but all of a sudden has time for a doctor dinner?
Right.
Do you think Kirsten noticed this too? I do.
Definitely.
Yeah. What do you girls think this is about what's going on with Sandy that it's affecting Kirsten more? Is it the fact that she thinks he's putting work before his family? Or is it because she sees him becoming her father?
Oh, I guess more the father aspect.
Same. And also seeing the way Matt was beat up
Right.
and actually telling Sandy that I want you to not be working with these people. And that truly reminded her of her father. And I think that's where.
Right. Like Caleb did sketchy shit and he wouldn't look twice about
Right.
doing that, or think twice, I should say, about doing something like that to someone. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Thank you so much, Alicia. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
And then last but not least, we have B-side poetry. Samir forever, but those extensions. Why not just get her a good lace front if you wanted her to have long hair? I cannot.
Right.
Thank you, guys. Thank you to everyone who gave us your comments and asked your questions this week.
Yes,
we
thank
so
you.
appreciate it. Music in this episode, we had Miss John Soda, 2 Hours Traffic, Whitey, Ryan Adams, and Jonathan Boyle.
Thanks.
Okay, so some fashion in this episode. What do you got, Liz?
I enjoyed Ryan's dark denim jacket.
Yes.
I feel like we don't see him wear a denim jacket all that much. Obviously, the leather jacket, but I thought it was a nice look for him.
I liked Marissa's brown jacket and also her black jacket, 2 moto style jackets.
I had the Marissa's leather jacket there too, but I liked Seth's gray sweater in the first scene. I was like, oh, that's like nice for him, not like what he usually goes for.
I liked Anna's shoes at the party. We got a glimpse of her heels.
Oh, I didn't notice.
I
liked Marissa's metallic silver dress, I guess. She wears a lot of these like really long shirts that can be dresses.
Yeah. And I really just liked Anna's style. I always enjoyed her funky and quirky style, but I just
very
loved her college style, and I love her nails. She had a good nanny.
Mm-hmm. Loved the turtleneck blue dress that Julie was wearing at the dinner.
Yes. She rocks some high neck pieces so well.
So well. Oh, she's so stunning.
And that's all I have for fashion.
Did you notice how poofy Ryan's hair was? There was like 1 or 2 scenes where I was like, wow, we're going back to like that. Actually, we're not even going back to season 2 Ryan hair. It's like now it's the long Ryan hair, but it's like bouffant. Like it's really like high, like kind of like Sandy's hair.
Yeah.
Not a fan. I like short, clean cut Ryan.
I do too. I think it's time for a haircut.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some quotes.
You only own a wife beater and 2 hoodies.
Ryan, I'm touching Ivy right now.
I can't be mad at you when you were this pathetic.
Mocking Newport with Anna Stern. This is one of my favorite pastimes.
Yeah. I love when Marissa's like, Seth is going to Brown and dating Anna.
Right, it's so ridiculous.
She's like, wait, what?
When Summer's at the party and she's like, you guys, what is a jihad?
Oh my God, yeah. The jihad stuff. I love when Summer says 48 hours ago, Coop, you were Newport's Courtney Love.
When Seth says he hopes that he's going to bump into the ghost of Old Man Brown.
I like when Julie is talking to Kirsten and she's like, I owe you 1 or something. And she's like, or maybe it's more than 1, but who's counting?
Yeah. Julie, she also says that the Cooper women have 9 lives.
They sure do.
They sure do.
Julie does especially. My God.
Oh my gosh, I know. Anything else?
That's all I have. No, I think that's all I have. I am a Hindu, but everyone loved that quote. So
yeah. All right. So MVP and shittiest.
Yep.
All right. So you have your MVPs and shittiest?
Yes, and I have a blue ribbon.
Ooh. Okay. So MVP first.
Okay.
3,
2,
2,
1.
1.
Anna.
Anna. Little delay there, but it's okay.
Love Anna.
Oh my
She
gosh.
it was so great to see her. She brings this completely different energy to the cast. Like, just her spirits are always so lifted, and she's always there for Cohen. Like, confidence, Cohen. You need to just stop being so stupid. Just listen to me, and things will work out. I love her so much. I really, truly wish we got to see more of her.
I agree. I know.
Yeah. I did have a blue ribbon for Marissa for MVP. I just loved all of her choices. I loved how super positive she was in the beginning of the episode to like go to Berkeley and experience all of that. And she's like, look, Summer, I'm done with Volchok. I'm going to move on. I'm going to get my Liesel moment. But then she gets into bed with Volchok. So, couldn't really give her the MVP. But I love the growth.
No, I really enjoyed her, and I loved how she was so positive to Summer, but also so there for Ryan at the same time.
Yes, that too. Like, she was there for Ryan, a good friend. She came home early just to make sure he was okay.
Yeah. And she never even tries to be like, oh, let me give you a hug or touch your arm or be there for you in that kind of way. It's like strictly friendship.
Yeah, which is great. I love to see two people who did have such a like volatile yet not like passionate relationship go to then actually being friends, because I'm not friends with any of my exes. So I can't imagine having to like walk the walls of school with them every single day, but they do a really good job.
They really do. Yeah. All right. So the shittiest. I'm sure people won't agree with me on this, but that's okay.
Oh, then I know who you're going to pick, but I did not pick the same, but we will discuss.
Yeah. Okay. Ready?
Yes.
3, 2, 1. Kirsten.
Sandy. I knew you'd pick Kirsten.
Okay, so we got the Cohens, the Cohen parents.
We got the Cohens, the Cohen couple. I don't disagree. I think Kirsten, she shouldn't have told Ryan about the baby situation. But I pick Sandy ultimately because he truly is losing his way. He's losing his family. Like, they're not his priority at this point, even though maybe he believes getting this hospital going is like to provide for them and benefit them, but he's losing his wife in the process, who is a super vulnerable person. As much as she's progressed, and seems to be strong, she's not. And you need to be there for her when she says, like, I see you transforming into my father. Please hear me when I tell you that. And he just doesn't, he's not doing anything about it. But I totally understand the Kirsten thing.
Yeah, I mean, I love the mic drop moment at the end with Kirsten laying it out, but I just can't get over ruining Ryan's weekend.
Right.
I just think it was inappropriate, and I get where she's a mother and she would want family first. And she even says that to Sandy, like, you would be on my side about this because family first, and what if he is the father? He deserves to know. But there's a lot of assumptions there, and you should have just let him have his time at college because Ryan's been through enough and he deserves this.
Right. Totally agree.
Yeah. Alrighty. So our patron of the week. Who's our lucky contender?
It's patron of the week.
It's patron of the week. It's patron of the week.
Who will it be?
It's patron of the week.
So we, as most of you know, have a special going on for the month of May. We have recently gotten a few pledges, and I just wanted to shout them out. I call them our newbies because they are new, first time to the network, and we just wanted to shout you out. We have Jacqueline, Kiralee, and M, or maybe Eileen, not sure what you want to be called, but we just want to say welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. We hope you enjoy your stay at Hotel It Takes Three. And we are looking forward to getting to know you, why you came, what shows that you like and enjoy. And we just want to say thank you. Thanks for pledging, and we hope you stick around.
Thank you, guys. So awesome.
Yay.
All right, Liz. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Yes.
So this is episode 23. And if you're down with it, Ant is going to be a guest.
Totally.
Okay.
I could assume why he'd be a guest.
Yes. And actually, Alicia on Instagram, she recommended it. If
I think
Anthony
it's a
could
great
be a
idea.
guest. And I actually said to Ant the other night, we were going through the episodes, I'm like, I think this episode would be a good one. And he was like, yeah, okay, I think so. And then he continued on a Volchok rant, which
Of
I'll
course.
spare you. But, okay, so here's your haiku for season 3, episode 23, The Party Favor. Some dream of this night, old flames, new dates, and jealousy. Harbor Senior Prom.
Okay, well, Harbor Senior Prom. I already knew that this was coming towards the end of the season, so yeah, some interesting dates that our students have chosen because, as we know, none of our couples are together at this point, so they can't go to prom alone. They have to bring someone. So
Right.
I'm excited for you newbies to see who they bring. What was the first part of it?
Some dream of this night.
Oh, well, yeah, some dream. I'm assuming Summer dreams of this night. She's probably always wanted to be the prom queen. Marissa, maybe at one point in her life, wanted all this, but I think it's just ultimately too much for her. Our parents, Kiki and Sandy, are really they need to go to some heavy duty counseling at this point. I would like
Yeah.
to see that. I think that back then, I don't think we utilized the use of showing someone going to therapy a lot on television, and that's definitely something lacking because every show that we've ever podcast about, these kids need therapy, but they never go. And our adults need therapy, and we never see them go. And so Marissa tried it. I really think she'd benefit from some more of it if she would just give it a chance. But yeah, our parents really need some help here. I don't know if it's Sandy just, granted again, guys, truly don't remember what happens. But maybe Sandy decides, yeah, look, like this is probably something I should give up. Maybe he will go back to doing just like that public defender, like nonprofit type of work. This is probably just not a good idea for him. And he has, like I said before, a very vulnerable wife at home who is extremely scared that her life and her kids' lives are going to be like how she grew up. And that's not
Right.
at all what she wants.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But I'm excited because prom episodes are always exciting. You get to see what everyone wears and
Yes.
or
Oh my
so
gosh.
is someone going to spike the punch.
And then just to see all the dates.
And the dates are interesting this time around. So I'm
Very
excited for that.
interesting.
Yeah.
Prom photos. It's just a
Prom
good time.
photos. Yep.
It's a good time.
Every time I think of prom photos, I always think of the One Tree Hill one where they're at the Honeygrove prom and like
Yeah.
Nathan's holding Haley's belly.
That's a good episode. That's a good one.
That is a good episode.
Yeah. But those are great predictions.
Thank
I mean,
you.
as we've talked about prom, because I love this episode that's coming
Yeah.
up, and I've talked about it after dark, so I hope I didn't ruin too much of it for you. Like, hopefully you still enjoy it when you watch it.
No, I mean, you just gave me like the gist. Like there truly is no meat to it. We just know that the kids go to prom.
Yeah.
And, if Ant's going to come on, there has to be some Volchuk stuff going on. So
Right.
We didn't spoil anything. It's just
Okay.
common sense.
Okay. Good to know. But that's all we have this week for episode 22, The College Try. We thank everybody for listening and tuning in. and everybody who writes in their questions and comments. If you want to be part of the show, we would love to hear from you. You can follow us on all the social media at Let's Talk OC, and you can also send us an email if you prefer that way, letstalkoc@gmail.com. If you're an Apple Podcast listener and you listen to our episode that way, please consider leaving us a review and rating us 5 stars. It helps the show out, and we love hearing from you guys through that venue. So until next week, stay healthy, stay safe, and we will see you then.
Yeah.
After dark. After dark. Let's talk OC. Let's talk OC.
All right.
After dark.
Dark. Let's go with Alicia. Why do you think it took so long to bring both Anna and Teresa back?
Yeah, I know.
And in the
I mean,
same episode, too, you know?
yeah, it is the same episode, and there's so many throwbacks in this one. Maybe do we think this season wasn't going to get picked up again? And they needed to they wanted to showcase the cast that everyone loves. I don't know. Yeah, it just was random. I think it was maybe, always the last couple of episodes before the finale are usually pretty good.
Yeah.
So maybe they're the fans deserve some throwbacks.
Yeah. And she also asked, why do you think they chose Taylor for season 4 rather than Anna or Teresa?
Yeah, I don't know.
Which, again, Anna is going to Brown. Why don't we ever see Anna?
Right.
Because
right.
we don't.
If Anna's going to Brown, or maybe last minute she decided not to go there or something.
I don't remember if they talk about that, which I'm just, why? And I mean, I guess if all the Teresa stuff is done, is that the last time we see Teresa? But Taylor, she's in the school, and maybe they just loved working with Autumn. Who knew?
Right, yeah. Maybe just other projects got in the way and they couldn't.
Yeah, that's
make
true
it work.
too. Yeah. When Marissa was talking about the future and going to Berkeley, my heart, it's just so sad. Just every time she talks about the future, it breaks my heart.
Right, yeah.
Same girl.
I totally agree.
Vic, the more I watch, the more I see that Volchuk really does like Marissa. It's just besides his crazy lifestyle, I can't forget that he's the reason she dies.
Right.
Regret or no regret, he is the one who kills her. So when I think of Marissa's death, I think about Volchuk, and that's why I hate him. It's true.
Right.
Even though, again, watching this, I'm like, hey, he's not even that bad. He's not the
really
worst.
Not. He's not as shitty as I remember him to be.
And it took, this is now the 4th time of me watching to realize on Ant's level. I mean, I don't love Volchuk like Ant has a hard-on for him. No, I'm just kidding, but you know what I mean. But I'm like, well, he's not. I mean, Oliver, even though I enjoyed Oliver's character, was just way more conniving.
Oh, yeah. He was way more
crazy.
Evil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny. Very funny. It's very amusing to myself of this, I'm such a huge OC fan, yet I've painted, it's like I'm watching through rose-colored glasses. I'm
right?
No. Yeah.
I think that happens a lot, though.
I think so. It has to. I wonder what else I've been watching with these glasses for so long. Mike, this episode really makes me question why they didn't keep Anna around for season 4. So we just touched upon that because we don't know either. She would have fit perfectly, especially if she was at Brown with Summer. I wonder if they had Anna come back in this episode to keep it open in case they wanted to use her for season 4.
I'd like to think that.
Yeah. However, since there is no Anna in season 4, we would assume she'd end up going to Brown. If this was a prospective students weekend, does that mean people already accept their offer, or is this for students who could have multiple offers to see where they wanted to go?
Maybe.
Oh, that's a good idea. I like that one.
Yeah.
Going off of last week's After Dark, I always forget how much happens in the first 2 seasons of The OC. They could have easily stretched out some plots to last 3 seasons, and it would have still been good. I agree that 4 or 5 seasons is the best length for a show. Yes, it's sad when your favorite show ends, but there are so many shows that go downhill after 4 to 5 seasons. Some even really get really bad after only 2 seasons. Cough, Riverdale, cough.
Oh, thank you for that laugh, Michael. Thank you.
I can't think of many shows that I've seen that are still strong after 5 seasons.
Same.
The only ones that come to mind are Scrubs, season 9 doesn't count.
No.
Friends and Boy Meets World.
Oh, yeah. No, those get better. Those
Yeah.
even get better to me with time, but
Same. But other than those, most shows aren't as stellar as they are in the earlier seasons. Liz touched on this last week, saying writers just run out of new material and repeat things over and over.
right. It's bound to happen.
I know whenever I think of a show that's gone on for too long, I'm like, Friends, to me, I love that series so much. There's no filler episode to me.
That's how I feel too, but I'm biased, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, and I guess people who are Friends fans, we always have the same thoughts.
Right.
But they're really, I mean, you could watch an episode in season 9 and season 10, and you'd be like, nope, this is still good.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's how I feel.
There was 10 seasons, right?
10, yeah.
Yeah. No, I agree. I agree too. I think that's, oh, wait, no. Okay, and then we have Tish. I haven't watched season 3 in order for years, so seeing Marissa planning for her future is making me so sad. I would have loved to see her and Ryan in college. Last week you mentioned that you don't think Volchek was trying to kill Marissa. He wasn't. He just trying to talk to her and things got out of control.
Yeah. So he just was
Thank you, Tish.
a little raged, that's all.
A little raged.
I mean, you have to blame him. He is to blame for her death, but whereas I feel like Oliver was literally psychotic, where I think he would have killed Marissa. On purpose.
Yeah. Wow.
Maybe.
Just to think, this whole time, I'm watching it, and it always makes fun of me too, because, I'll watch an episode of The OC and sometimes I'll gasp. And he's like, why are you gasping? You know what's going to happen. Why are you I'm like, he's like, it's like you're watching it for the first time. I'm like, I don't know, Aunt. I don't know why this happens to me.
Yeah, right?
I don't know why I forget certain things. I don't know. It's really weird.
Yeah.
The way my brain works.
It's good to watch it now because for so long I disliked Volchuk because he kills Marissa. But as the more we watch it and know his character, I can't remember why I hated him in the first place. It's hard. I mean, obviously when we get to the actual episode and I get to really reevaluate my feelings a bit, I'm like, wow, the second time around, I truly have such complete opposite opinions that what I did before. It's good.
Yeah.
It makes for
Same.
good content, right, guys?
I hope so. Yeah, I mean, totally. It took, I've been a fan since I was 15 years old, 16 years old, and took this long for me to be like, yeah, Marissa Cooper is my favorite character.
Right.
Weird.
Mm-hmm.
Oliver's more evil than Volchuk. What?
Yeah, right?
These weird realizations. So that's why I'm excited for 4 because, man, if I'm feeling these feelings now, what is 4 going to be like?
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah.
going to be crazy.
I think I'm just going to enjoy every little bit of it because I know that it's the end.
Yeah.
And it's sentimental, but also it's completely different. I feel like even though it's super sad because they lost someone in their life, I also think it's really light in a way.
No, it is. Yeah.
And then we have the baby and just good, happy things that go on. And so I think I will just truly enjoy and I'll be really sad when it's over.
I'm trying to think of, don't fix what's not broken, but to spice up season 4 for our show. Like, what can we do? Okay, is there a segment we can add? Like, our friends who are listening right now in After Dark, like, what do you think for season 4? Is there something we can implement? I mean, we have 3 episodes left of season 3.
And
so
4 is shorter.
4 is
right?
shorter. Yeah, 16 episodes, I believe. So what can we do? I want to make it, I love our flow, and I'm not going to change anything, but what could we add maybe,
Right.
Something to think about.
Yeah, I'll think about it too.
Yeah, and homework for you guys too, our listeners. Alrighty. Well, do you have anything else, Liz?
No, I don't think so. I still am in shock that we're approaching the death of Marissa Cooper.
Yeah, I know.
God.
Oh my God.
I'm going to have a really hard time with it, I think. And I'm not looking forward to it. But also, I'm really looking forward to getting to season 4. So I'm conflicted there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't really remember what happens as far as like Marissa's character. I know we've discussed that like she goes on the up and up and we think she's gonna, get there and get to college, and obviously she doesn't. But I mean, if she's going and crawling into bed with Volchok only 3 episodes away from the finale, it's like how much has she learned? But I'm excited to keep continuing and watching. So
Yeah. And really, when she was bitchy and spiraling to, it was really only 1 episode.
I was just going to say, like, I feel like her spiral was way more pronounced in the first time I watched it.
Yeah.
This time around, I didn't even binge it. I watched it week to week, and I still felt as though she didn't truly overreact. Like, I remembered her too. I felt like everything she was doing was valid. She's a troubled girl. There's things that has happened to her that you just don't get over. And so first time around, I mean, we probably watched 2 to 3 episodes at a time. So I remember it being much worse than now. I understand her more now. I guess that's what it is, right?
Yeah. It's just weird.
Yeah.
Very weird. But guys, look out for the poll. I will put up about Ryan's baby if it's his or not. And we'll discuss the results next week.